Right now is the moment that could change everything. The clock is ticking, and you don't have the luxury of waiting anymore. It's easy to get stuck in the cycle of doubt, overthinking, and hesitation. But if you don't act now, you'll look back and regret the time you wasted. Your instincts are telling you something. They're guiding you towards something greater, but you need to trust them. It's not about waiting for the perfect time or the right conditions. It's about stepping forward and taking action right now. Every opportunity that comes your way is a chance for growth. And if you don't grab it, someone else will. So what are you waiting for? The truth is, this moment is your chance, and it's slipping away. This is your call to action. Stay with me as we dive into how you can finally stop second-guessing and start trusting yourself. Starting today. Number 1. Take charge now and stop waiting for the perfect moment. You know, too many people spend their whole lives waiting for the right time, waiting for things to be easier, waiting for a sign. But what happens? The days keep passing, the weeks turn into months, and the months into years. And before they know it, they're looking back, wondering where all that time went. You can't afford to live like that. You have to take charge right now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. Because if you don't, life will keep moving, and it won't wait for you to be ready. I've seen people with big dreams, people with incredible potential, but they never make a move. Why? Because they convince themselves that they need everything to be perfect first. They need to feel more confident. They need more time. They need to learn just a little more before they begin. But do you know what that really is? It's an excuse, a way to avoid the discomfort of taking action. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time. There will never be a moment where everything is just right, where all the obstacles disappear and the road is clear. Life doesn't work that way. If you wait for perfection, you will wait forever. So what do? You take action anyway. You move forward even when you don't feel ready. You step into the unknown even when you're afraid. That's how people succeed. They don't wait for everything to be easy. They don't sit around hoping for a miracle. They decide. They commit. They take control of their future, no matter what stands in their way. Think about this. Every great success story started with someone making a decision. Not when they had everything figured out. Not when they were completely prepared. But when they chose to start. The person who loses weight doesn't wait until they feel motivated. They start eating better today. They start moving their body today. The person who builds a business doesn't wait until they have all the answers. They take the first step today, learning as they go. The person who changes their life doesn't wait for permission. They don't wait for the stars to align. They take responsibility for their own future right now. So what about you? Are you going to keep waiting? Are you going to let another year pass by while you stay exactly where you are? Or are you going to take charge? Are you going to make a decision today that changes everything? The only thing standing between you and the life you want is action. Not excuses, not doubt, not hesitation, just action. But that's the hardest part, isn't it? Actually doing something. Because the mind will always try to stop you. It will tell you that you're not ready, that you need more time, that you should wait just a little longer. But you have to shut that voice down. You have to realize that action creates progress, not waiting. You see, the most successful people in the world aren't the ones who had everything handed to them. They aren't the ones who were always sure of themselves. They are the ones who refused to wait. The ones who decided that today, not someday, was the right time to start. And here's the thing. The moment you take action, everything changes. Your confidence grows. Your skills improve. Your mind becomes stronger. And suddenly, the thing that once seemed so difficult doesn't seem so impossible anymore. Most people never get to that point because they never take the first step. They spend years thinking about what they want, but never doing anything about it. They tell themselves, one day, I'll start, but one day never comes. What if today was that day? What if right now, you decided to take control of your future? What if you stopped making excuses and started making moves? Because here's the reality. You don't have an unlimited amount of time. You don't have forever to figure things out. Every day you wait is a day you'll never get back. And every day you take action is a day that moves you closer to your goals. You don't need everything to be perfect. You don't need all the answers. You don't need permission. You just need to decide. You see, most people wait because they think they have time. They believe they can afford to put things off. But life has a way of teaching hard lessons. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't pause while you figure things out. It keeps moving, whether you take action or not. So ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to wait? How many more days are you willing to let pass by while you stand still? If you don't take charge now, then when? When will be the right time? Because I'll tell you this, if you don't take action today, you probably won't take action tomorrow. And before you know it, another year will be gone. Stop telling yourself that you'll start later. Later is a lie. Later is the excuse that keeps people stuck. Later is the thing that kills dreams. Right now you have a choice. You can keep waiting. You can keep telling yourself that someday you'll take action. Or you can do something about it. You can step up and take control of your future. Because the truth is, nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody is going to push you. Nobody is going to make you succeed. It's on you. That's what separates winners from everyone else. They don't wait. They don't hesitate. They don't waste time wishing things were different. They take action. They create their own opportunities. They make things happen, no matter what. So what are you going to do? Keep waiting. Keep hoping that one day things will magically change. Or will you take charge now and start building the life you deserve? The choice is yours. But remember this, time won't wait. Life won't pause. The opportunity you have today may not be here tomorrow. So don't waste it. Don't let another moment slip away. Take action now. Make the decision now. Step into your future now. Because if you don't do it today, you might never do it at all. Number 2, face your fears head on and make a bold decision today. Fear controls more lives than failure ever will. It stops people from taking risks, from chasing opportunities, from becoming the person they were meant to be. Fear whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that something bad will happen if you step outside your comfort zone. And the more you listen, the more you stay stuck. But let me tell you something. Fear is a liar. It will keep you trapped if you let it. It will make you settle for a life that is far below what you are capable of. Fear is what stops most people from ever reaching their true potential. Not lack of talent, not lack of opportunity. Fear, and the only way to break free from it is to face it head on. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. Because if you don't, fear will keep running your life. It will make your decisions for you. It will control what you do and what you don't do. And one day you'll look back and realize that the only thing standing between you and the life you wanted was your own hesitation. So what are you afraid of? What is that one thing you know you need to do, but fear has been holding you back? Maybe it's making a tough decision. Maybe it's taking a step toward a new path. Maybe it's speaking up, standing up, or going after something you've always wanted. Most people avoid fear. They run from it. They make excuses to stay comfortable. But nothing great ever happens inside the comfort zone. Growth doesn't happen there. Success doesn't happen there. The life you want isn't there. It's on the other side of fear. And the only way to get there is to stop running and start facing it. Now let me be clear. Facing your fear doesn't mean you won't feel it. It doesn't mean you won't have doubts. It means you don't let those feelings stop you. It means you act despite them. You push forward even when fear is screaming at you to stop. Because when you do, something amazing happens. You realize that fear isn't as powerful as you thought. It only had control because you let it. But the moment you take action, the moment you stand up to it, it starts to lose its grip. It weakens, and you become stronger. Think about a time in your life when you did something that scared you. Maybe it was speaking in front of a crowd. Maybe it was making a life-changing decision. Maybe it was walking away from something that wasn't right for you. At first, the fear felt overwhelming. It felt like you couldn't do it. But once you did, once you stepped up and made that move, what happened? You felt powerful. You felt alive. You realized that fear was never as big as it seemed. That's the truth. Most people never learn. Fear only grows when you avoid it. It only has power when you let it stop you. But when you confront it, when you move forward anyway, it shrinks and you grow. That's how confidence is built. Not by waiting for fear to disappear, but by proving to yourself that you can handle it. The people you admire, the ones who seem fearless, they're not special. They weren't born with something you don't have. They simply decided that fear would not control their lives. They chose action over hesitation, courage over comfort. And now it's your turn. Because if you don't face your fears today, when will you? If you don't take control of your life now, then when? If you wait for the fear to go away, you'll be waiting forever. You have to make a bold decision today. Not tomorrow, not someday. Today. What is that decision? You already know what it is. Deep down, you know exactly what you need to do. The thing that scares you. The thing you keep putting off. The thing you know will change your life. If you just had the courage to go for it. That's what you need to do. Right now. And I know what you're thinking. But what if I fail? What if I make the wrong choice? That's fear talking again. Trying to keep you stuck. Trying to make you believe that staying where you are is safer. But is it really? Is playing it safe actually getting you closer to the life you want? Or is it just keeping you trapped in the same cycle? Failure is not the enemy. Fear is. Because failure teaches you. It makes you better. It gives you experience. But fear keeps you from even trying. And that is the biggest failure of all. Never even trying. So you have a choice right now. Keep letting fear control you. Keep holding back. Keep waiting for the perfect moment that will never come. Or take control. Face it. Make a decision that will move you forward. Because when you make that decision, when you step up and take action, you take your power back. Fear loses, you win. And the best part, once you do it once, you realize you can do it again and again and again, until fear no longer stops you from anything, until you become unstoppable. But it starts with today. It starts with one bold decision. It starts with you choosing to stop letting fear run your life. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep waiting? Or are you going to step up, take charge, and face your fears right now? Because your future depends on what you decide today. Make it count. Number 3, break through your comfort zone and start moving forward. Comfort is dangerous. It feels good. It feels safe. But it is the one thing that keeps most people stuck in the same place year after year. Never growing, never improving, never becoming more than they were yesterday. Comfort fools you into thinking that staying where you are is enough. That as long as nothing bad happens, everything is fine. But deep down, you know that's not true. You know you are meant for more. You know there is something greater waiting for you outside of your comfort zone. And yet fear keeps you there. The fear of failure, the fear of uncertainty, the fear of change. That fear is the reason most people never move forward in life. But you cannot let that be you. You cannot allow yourself to live the same year over and over again, never making progress, never pushing forward. Because if you do, one day you will look back and wonder where all that time went. You will regret the chances you didn't take, the risks you avoided, the growth you never experienced. That is the real danger of comfort. It steals your potential. It makes you settle for a life that is smaller than what you are capable of. So the question is, how do you break free? How do you push past that invisible wall and start moving forward? It starts with a decision to stop choosing what is easy and start choosing what will make you better. A decision to face the discomfort, to lean into the challenge, to step into the unknown. Because the truth is, everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. Every breakthrough, every success, every transformation. It all happens when you are willing to do what is difficult. Growth is not supposed to be easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But the people who achieve great things in life are not the ones who stay comfortable. They are the ones who push themselves, who take risks, who are willing to struggle in order to grow. If you look at anyone who has succeeded in life, you will see one thing in common. They did not stay where it was safe. They stepped out. They challenged themselves. They embraced the discomfort. And because of that, they became stronger. They became wiser. They became more than they ever thought possible. And the same can be true for you, but only if you make the choice to stop letting comfort control your life. Because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. The more you delay, the more you settle. And the more you settle, the more you lose. Not just opportunities, but confidence, excitement, and passion for life itself. So what is keeping you stuck? What is that thing you keep avoiding? What is that step you know you need to take, but haven't? You already know the answer. You don't need someone to tell you. You feel it every day, that sense of frustration. That feeling that you are meant for more, but something is holding you back, that something is comfort. And the only way to break free is to stop making excuses and start making moves. You will never be fully ready. The perfect moment will never come. You just have to go. You have to move forward before you feel like it, before it's easy, before fear convinces you to wait even longer. The hardest step is always the first one, but once you take it, you prove to yourself that you can. You realize that the discomfort wasn't as bad as you thought. You begin to build momentum. And momentum is powerful. Once you start moving forward, it becomes harder to stop. But you have to take that first step. You have to break through that invisible wall that has kept you trapped for so long. You have to be willing to feel uncomfortable, to fail, to struggle, to make mistakes. That is how growth happens. That is how transformation begins. Think about the moments in your life when you have felt the most alive. Was it when you were playing it safe? Was it when you were staying in the same routine, doing the same things, avoiding challenges? No, it was when you pushed yourself. It was when you took a risk. It was when you stepped into something new and proved to yourself that you were capable of more than you thought. That is what life is about. Not staying still, not settling, but constantly moving forward, constantly improving, constantly becoming the person you were meant to be. And here's the truth. You don't need anyone's permission to do this. You don't need to wait for approval. You don't need to wait for the perfect circumstances. You have everything you need right now. The only thing missing is action, and you are the only one who can take it. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to come along and push you forward. That is your job. That is your responsibility. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner your life will change. So what are you waiting for? Are you going to keep letting comfort run your life? Are you going to keep sitting on the sidelines, watching other people grow and succeed while you stay in the same place? Or are you going to step up? Are you going to take control? Are you going to break through and finally start moving forward? Because the choice is yours. No one can make it for you. And if you are waiting for a sign, this is it. This is your moment. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. This is the moment where you decide that enough is enough. That you are done with playing small. That you are ready to step up and take control of your life. That you are willing to face the discomfort, to embrace the challenge, to do what is necessary to grow. Because if you do, everything changes. Your confidence grows. Your mindset shifts. Your results start to show. And before you know it, you are no longer the same person who was stuck in their comfort zone. You become stronger, more resilient, more capable, and life begins to open up in ways you never imagined. But only if you start today. Only if you stop waiting and start moving. So get up, take action. Do something that pushes you today. Even if it's small, do something that moves you forward. Because the more you do, the easier it gets, the stronger you become. And one day you will look back and realize that the best decision you ever made was to stop letting comfort control your life and start stepping into your true potential. Number 4, stop overthinking and act with confidence right this minute. Overthinking is a trap. It keeps you stuck, drains your energy, and robs you of action. The more you analyze, the more doubts you create. The more you hesitate, the more fear takes over. You think you are preparing, but what you are really doing is delaying. You convince yourself you need more information, more time, more certainty. But deep down, you know the truth. You are stalling. You are waiting for the perfect moment that will never come. And as you wait, time is slipping away. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. And before you know it, years have passed, and you are still standing in the same place, thinking about what you should do instead of doing it. That is the cost of overthinking. It steals your progress. It keeps you from taking the steps that would change your life. You don't need another day of hesitation. You don't need another excuse. What you need is to act right now. Not tomorrow, not later, right this minute. Because action is the cure. The moment you take action, everything changes. Your mind stops running in circles. Your doubts lose their power. your confidence starts to grow. But none of that happens if you keep sitting in your thoughts, replaying the same fears over and over. You must break the cycle. And the only way to do that is to move. Not to think about moving. Not to plan to move, but to actually do it. Confidence does not come from thinking. It comes from action. People think they need to feel confident before they take action. But that is backward. Confidence is built by taking action, even when you don't feel ready. Even when you are scared. Even when the doubts are loud. The more you act, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable. That is how confidence grows. Not by sitting in your head trying to convince yourself, but by stepping forward and proving it through action. If you want to stop overthinking, you must stop entertaining every thought that enters your mind. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every doubt needs to be analyzed. If a thought is not pushing you forward, it is holding you back. And if it is holding you back, you must ignore it and move forward anyway. Your mind will always find reasons to hesitate. That is its nature. But just because your mind comes up with a reason does not mean it is valid. You do not have to listen to every fear. You do not have to obey every hesitation. You can choose to act despite them. That is what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. The ones who succeed feel the same fears, but they do not let those fears control them. The longer you hesitate, the stronger the fear becomes. That is why you must act fast. The moment you feel doubt creeping in, move. Do not sit with it. Do not analyze it. Do not let it take root. The faster you act, the less power doubt has over you. The more you wait, the harder it gets. And that is why most people never move forward. They give their fears too much time to grow. They allow hesitation to become a habit. But hesitation is a habit you must break. And the only way to break it is with immediate action. Think about all the times in your life when you hesitated. What did it bring you? More clarity? More confidence? No, it only brought more fear, more confusion, more self-doubt. Now think about the times you acted, even when you weren't ready, even when you were unsure. What happened? You learned. You grew. You proved to yourself that you could handle more than you thought. That is the truth about action. It may feel scary in the moment, but it always leads to growth. You do not need to know everything to take the first step. You do not need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. The rest will fall into place as you move. Waiting will not bring clarity. Thinking will not bring confidence. Only action will. And the sooner you take it, the faster you will see progress. Right now, at this very moment, there is something you know you need to do. Something you have been putting off. Maybe it's a decision. Maybe it's a conversation. Maybe it's a project you need to start. Whatever it is, you already know what it is. And you already know that thinking about it more is not going to help. You need to act. You need to move. Not later, right now. The moment you finish hearing this, do something. Anything. Take the first step, no matter how small, because that is how change begins. Not with perfect planning, not with endless thinking, but with action. Confident, decisive action. You will never feel completely ready. You will never have perfect certainty, and that is okay. You do not need those things to start. You just need to trust that you will figure it out along the way. Because you will. You are more capable than you give yourself credit for. You have more strength than you realize. But you will never know that if you keep waiting. You must prove it to yourself through action. The greatest mistake you can make is thinking that time is unlimited. It is not. Every day you hesitate is a day you cannot get back. Every moment you overthink is a moment you could have spent moving forward. You do not have time to waste. You do not have the luxury of waiting. Your future is being decided right now by what you do in this moment. Do you choose action, or do you choose hesitation? That is the only question that matters. So act, move, decide. Right now, not later, not tomorrow. Right now. Do not give yourself time to think about it. Do not give your doubts a chance to take over. Just take the first step, because once you do, everything else becomes easier. Momentum builds, confidence grows, and before you know it, you are no longer the person who hesitates. You are the person who takes action, and that is the person who succeeds. Number 5. Seize every opportunity now before it slips away forever. Opportunity does not wait. It does not knock twice. It does not come back around when you are finally ready. It is here right now in front of you. But most people do not see it. They are too busy hesitating, too caught up in their excuses, too afraid to take a chance. They tell themselves they will go for it later, when the timing is better, when they have more experience, when they feel more confident. But that day never comes, because opportunities do not wait for you to be ready. They appear, and if you do not grab them, they are gone. Someone else takes them, and you are left with regret. Regret is the heaviest burden to carry, the weight of knowing you could have done more. You could have taken that chance, but you let it slip away. And once it is gone, you cannot get it back. You can wish, you can hope, you can tell yourself that another opportunity will come. But the truth is, some chances only come once. And if you do not take them, they are gone forever. That is why you must act now, not later, not when it feels comfortable. Right now, people who succeed in life are not the ones who wait. They are the ones who act. They see an opportunity and they seize it, even if they are scared, even if they are unsure, because they understand that hesitation is the enemy. Every second you wait is a second lost. Every moment you spend doubting is a moment wasted. If you want to change your life, if you want to create something extraordinary, you must move. You must be willing to take risks. You must be bold enough to step forward when others hesitate. There is no perfect moment. There is no guarantee. There is only now. And the people who win in life are the ones who understand this. They do not sit around waiting for everything to be just right. They do not overanalyze. They do not talk themselves out of taking action. They move. And because they move, they create momentum. They open doors. They put themselves in position for even greater opportunities. Think about all the times in your life when you let an opportunity pass you by. Maybe it was a job you didn't apply for, a conversation you didn't start, a project you didn't pursue. And now you look back and wonder what could have happened if you had just taken that step. That is the pain of hesitation. That is the price of waiting. And if you do not change your approach, it will keep happening. Do not let another opportunity slip through your fingers. Do not tell yourself you will go for it later. There is no later. There is only now. And the difference between those who succeed and those who do not is simple. The successful ones take action. They do not let fear stop them. They do not let doubts hold them back. They move forward, even when it is uncomfortable. Fear will always be there. Doubt will always be there. But you cannot let those things control you. Because if you do, you will always be stuck. The only way to break free is to act despite them. To take the chance even when it feels uncertain. Because the truth is, no one ever feels completely ready. No one ever has all the answers. But the ones who move forward anyway are the ones who get ahead. You will never regret taking action, even if it does not work out exactly as you planned. You will learn, you will grow, you will gain experience, but you will regret not taking action. You will regret letting fear stop you. You will regret watching someone else seize the opportunity you were too afraid to take. That is the pain you want to avoid. Success is not about luck. It is about preparation, meeting opportunity. And if you do not prepare, if you do not position yourself, if you do not take action when the chance presents itself, you will miss it. And no one is going to hand it to you again. You must take responsibility for your future. You must decide that you will no longer wait. You will no longer hesitate. You will no longer let fear dictate your actions. Look around you. Opportunities are everywhere, but only if you are willing to see them. Only if you are willing to move. If you are waiting for someone to give you permission, stop waiting. If you are waiting for the perfect conditions, stop waiting. If you are waiting for more confidence, stop waiting. Confidence comes from taking action. Clarity comes from taking action. And success comes from taking action. There is something in your life right now that you know you need to do. Something you have been putting off. Something you have been hesitating on. This is your moment. This is your chance. Do not let it slip away. Move now. Decide now. Take action now. Because the truth is, opportunities do not disappear. They just go to someone else. And if you do not act, someone else. And you will be left wondering what could have been. Your life is happening right now. Your future is being decided right now. Every choice you make today shapes the life you will live tomorrow. Do not waste another second. Do not let another opportunity pass you by. Act with urgency. Move with purpose. Take the chance, and never look back with regret. Number 6. Commit to your future today, without hesitation or doubt. Every decision you make today will shape your future. The moment you commit, everything changes. It's not a matter of waiting for the right time. It's a matter of making that decision now and acting on it, without hesitation or doubt. Most people think they can wait for a better moment to commit to their future, but that moment never comes. The truth is, the best time to take control of your life is today, and you must take that step with absolute certainty. If you wait, you'll always be in the same place, looking at others who are moving forward, wondering why they are so far ahead while you're stuck. Commitment is the foundation of success. It's easy to say you want something, but how committed are you to actually achieving it? Commitment means standing firm in your decision, even when things get tough, when the path gets unclear, when life throws challenges your way. It means being unwavering in your belief that your future is worth the effort and sacrifices you must make today. Without commitment, you're just hoping. Hope is not enough. You need more than hope. You need a commitment to do whatever it takes. The future doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design. The decisions you make now in this very moment create the reality you will live in tomorrow. The power lies within you to design your future, but only if you decide to commit to it. There is no such thing as a perfect moment to start. There will always be obstacles, doubts, and fears, but the people who achieve greatness are the ones who commit to their future regardless of what they face. They decide once and for all that they will not let anything stand in the way of their dreams. Right now, you have an opportunity to change the trajectory of your life. You can choose to step forward, make the commitment, and set your future in motion, or you can choose to stay where you are and continue to wonder what could have been. It's your choice, and it's a choice that will determine your future. The decisions you make today will lead you to a life of fulfillment or a life of regret. The question is, which one will you choose? One of the biggest reasons people hesitate to commit to their future is fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of not being good enough. But fear is a liar. Fear wants to keep you small. It doesn't want you to see your true potential. It wants you to stay in your comfort zone, where everything is safe but stagnant. But your future is not built in a comfort zone. It's built in the arena of action, of risk, of stepping out and doing the things that scare you. When you commit to your future, you must understand that fear will show up. It's normal. It's part of the process. But here's the thing. You don't need to let fear control you. You can choose to move forward in spite of fear. You can choose to make the commitment, even when doubt tries to creep in. Because what lies on the other side of that commitment is the life you've always wanted. But you'll never see it if you let fear stop you. The second obstacle that stands in the way of commitment is doubt. Doubt is the silent killer of dreams. It whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes, that you're not good enough. It makes you question your ability to succeed and causes you to second-guess every decision. But here's the truth. Doubt is natural, but it doesn't have to dictate your actions. Doubt is just a sign that you're about to do something important. If you weren't about to step into something that matters, doubt wouldn't be there at all. So when you feel doubt, know that you're on the right track. It means you're pushing yourself beyond your limits, and that's where growth happens. If you want to build a future you're proud of, you must commit to it, without hesitation or doubt. You cannot afford to keep questioning yourself. You cannot keep waiting for all the answers to come to you. You have to take the leap, trust the process, and keep moving forward. The answers will come as you move. The clarity will come as you act. Success doesn't come from sitting back and waiting for the perfect conditions to arrive. It comes from taking imperfect action, from making a decision and sticking with it, no matter what. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of perfection. Many people hesitate to commit to their future because they think they need to have everything figured out before they start. But perfection is an illusion. Perfection doesn't exist. What exists is progress. What exists is taking one step forward. Even when you don't have all the details figured out, you'll never have all the answers. And that's okay. You just need to take the first step, and then the next one, and the next. As long as you keep moving, you will get closer to your goals, even if the path is not always clear. One of the most powerful ways to commit to your future is by setting clear goals. Without goals, you have no direction. You're just wandering through life, hoping for things to work out. But if you have a clear vision of what you want, and you're committed to achieving it, you have a roadmap to follow. Goals give you purpose. They give you something to work towards. They remind you every day of why you're doing what you're doing. And when you face obstacles or challenges along the way, your goals will keep you grounded and focused on the bigger picture. But setting goals is not enough. You must take consistent action toward those goals every single day. The key to commitment is discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your achievements. It's the small, everyday actions that add up over time. It's waking up every day and doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. It's staying focused on the long-term vision and not getting distracted by short-term setbacks. It's having the perseverance to keep going when things get tough. That's what commitment looks like. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about showing up and doing the work every day, no matter what. Commitment also means letting go of excuses. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They are the stories we tell ourselves to justify our lack of action. We say things like, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'm not ready yet," or "It's not the right time." But the truth is, the right time is now. You are ready. And the only thing standing in your way is your own excuses. If you want to create a future that you're proud of, you must stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for your life. You are the only one who can change your circumstances. No one else is going to do it for you. So stop waiting for someone else to push you and take the first step yourself. Your future is in your hands. You are the creator of your own destiny, but you must commit to it fully, without hesitation or doubt. You must take ownership of your life and make decisions that align with the future you want to create. This is not about waiting for the perfect conditions or the perfect time. It's about making a decision and acting on it, even when it's hard. It's about being unwavering in your belief that your future is worth fighting for. Right now, you are at a crossroads. You can keep living the same way, stuck in your doubts and fears, or you can choose to commit to your future and take action. The choice is yours. But know this, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your commitment. If you commit today without hesitation or doubt, you will create a future that exceeds your wildest dreams. But if you wait, if you keep putting it off, you will never experience the life that is waiting for you. It's time to commit. It's time to take control of your future. And it's time to make today the day that changes everything. No more hesitation. No more doubt. Just commitment. And with that commitment, you will change your life. Number 7. Ignore distractions and focus on your true purpose. Now, every day distractions pull at you. They steal your time, your energy, and your focus. You have dreams, goals, and aspirations. But it's easy to get sidetracked. The world is full of noise, and it seems like everyone and everything is vying for your attention. The question is, are you letting these distractions control you, or are you taking control of your life and focusing on what truly matters? To live a meaningful life, you must focus on your true purpose. It's not just about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. It's about aligning your actions with your vision and letting go of everything that doesn't serve your bigger goal. We're often told that we need to multitask, juggle multiple projects, or take on more and more. But the truth is that the more we spread ourselves thin, the further we get from our true purpose. Distractions can come in many forms: social media, opinions of others, day-to-day struggles, or simply the busyness of life. Each distraction chips away at your focus, at your time, and at your energy. And before you know it, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. The time you could have spent focused on your true purpose is gone. It doesn't come back. But here's the good news. Today is the day you take charge. Today is the day you decide to ignore the distractions and focus on what really matters. The first step in focusing on your true purpose is to get clear about what that purpose is. What is it that you want to accomplish in life? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? Without clarity, it's easy to get lost in the noise. If you don't know where you're headed, any road will take you there. But when you are crystal clear about your purpose, every decision becomes easier. You know exactly what to say yes to and, more importantly, what to say no to. Most people don't focus on their true purpose because they don't take the time to figure out what that purpose is. They get caught up in the demands of life, the expectations of others, and the constant barrage of distractions. But if you want to live a fulfilled life, you must carve out time to reflect on your goals and your values. You must understand what drives you and what makes you feel alive. Your purpose is unique to you. It's not about what others think you should do, or what society tells you is important. It's about what feels right for you, what resonates with your soul, and what lights a fire within you. Once you know what your true purpose is, you must commit to it with everything you have. And that means saying no to the distractions. It means recognizing that every moment you waste on something that doesn't align with your purpose is a moment you can't get back. Time is your most precious resource. You cannot afford to squander it on things that don't matter. The more you focus on your true purpose, the more powerful you become. You gain clarity, direction, and energy because you are in alignment with what matters most to you. The second step is to eliminate the distractions. Distractions can be sneaky. They show up in small ways, making it seem like they aren't a big deal. But when you add them all up, they become overwhelming. You might check your phone every 5 minutes, get lost in social media, or let negative people drain your energy. These are all distractions. And if you let them control you, they'll prevent you from focusing on what's truly important. You must set boundaries. It's okay to say no. It's okay to tell people that you can't take on another project, or that you can't engage in a conversation that isn't helping you grow. The power lies in being able to walk away from the things that don't move you closer to your goal. You can't say yes to everything and still have the energy and focus needed to stay true to your purpose. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve you, you are saying no to your own dreams. Start by identifying the distractions in your life. What are the things that are stealing your time? What are the habits that are keeping you from being productive and focused? Write them down, acknowledge them, and then start taking steps to eliminate them. It might mean unfollowing people on social media who drain you, turning off notifications on your phone, or setting specific times during the day for checking email. It could mean cutting out time-wasting activities, or letting go of commitments that no longer serve your greater vision. Remember, every minute counts. But eliminating distractions isn't just about physical things. It's also about mental distractions. Negative thoughts, doubts, fears, and worries can hijack your focus just as much as anything external. How often do you find yourself thinking about what could go wrong, or how you're not good enough? Those thoughts are distractions. They keep you stuck in the past or fearful of the future. To focus on your purpose, you must train your mind to stay present. You must remind yourself every day that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you are on the right path. One of the best ways to combat mental distractions is through mindfulness. Take time each day to clear your mind, to meditate, and to refocus. This practice can help you tune out the noise and connect with your inner self. It helps you separate your true purpose from the clutter in your mind. When you're centered, you can make decisions from a place of clarity, not fear or doubt. You also need to surround yourself with people who support your purpose. Negative influences will always try to pull you off course. People who don't understand your vision will try to tell you that it's not possible, that it's too risky, or that you should just settle for what's comfortable. But if you want to live a life of purpose, you cannot afford to listen to those voices. Seek out the people who encourage you, who believe in your potential, and who push you to be better. These are the people who will help you stay focused and motivated on your journey. Another key factor in ignoring distractions is developing the discipline to stay consistent. Focus is not a one-time thing. It's a daily practice. You must train yourself to stay focused on your purpose every single day, even when it's hard. It's easy to get distracted by shiny objects or temporary pleasures, but real success comes from doing the work even when no one is watching. It comes from staying true to your purpose, even when the road gets tough. Consistency is what will get you where you want to go. One of the most effective ways to maintain focus is to break down your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. When you focus on the small steps, it becomes less overwhelming. You can take it one day at a time, and with each step forward, you'll feel the momentum building. Progress fuels motivation. The more you focus on the next right step, the less likely you are to get distracted by the bigger picture or by the setbacks along the way. Staying focused also means taking care of your physical and mental health. If you aren't at your best, it's difficult to stay focused. Make sure you are eating well, exercising, getting enough sleep, and practicing self-care. Your body and mind are your tools for success, and you must treat them with respect. The more you nurture yourself, the more energy you'll have to stay focused on what truly matters. You have everything you need to live a life of purpose. The only thing standing in your way is your ability to ignore distractions and stay focused on your goals. Life is full of noise, but you have the power to turn it down. The more you focus on your true purpose, the more you will attract the right opportunities, the right people, and the right circumstances into your life. Focus is a magnet for success. So I urge you today, make the decision to ignore the distractions. Set your sights on what truly matters, and never let anything pull you off course. Your true purpose is waiting for you, but you must choose to focus on it every single day. Don't let the noise of the world drown out your dreams. You are capable, you are worthy, and you are ready to live a life of purpose. Starting right now, eliminate the distractions, ignore the things that don't matter, and focus on the one thing that does your future. The life you want is out there, but it's up to you to go after it. Stay focused, stay determined, and never lose sight of your true purpose. Your time is now. Number 8, stop procrastinating and take the first step toward greatness. Procrastination is a silent killer of potential. It stands between you and everything you want to achieve, quietly convincing you that now isn't the right time, that you need more preparation, or that it's okay to wait. But the truth is, waiting only pushes you further away from your goals. The longer you delay, the harder it becomes to begin, and the more regret will pile up. The first step toward greatness is always the hardest, but it is also the most important. You've heard it a million times before. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but that step seems impossible when procrastination has you paralyzed. It's easy to sit back, think about how much you could achieve, and fantasize about success. But until you take that first step, it remains a dream. Procrastination will tell you all sorts of lies to keep you from moving forward. Lies like you're not ready yet, you don't have the skills, or it's not the right time. These lies trap you in a loop, preventing any real progress. Here's the hard truth. Nothing will change unless you make the decision to start. You cannot wait for the stars to align or for the perfect moment. That moment, the one that you think is going to feel right, is not coming. You are the one who has to create it. The first step might feel uncomfortable, even intimidating, but it is that step that will give you the momentum you need to build a new reality. When you procrastinate, you give away your power. Every moment you wait, you are essentially choosing to do nothing and let your future slip away. But when you take that first step, no matter how small it may seem, you take back control. You take responsibility for your future, and that act alone is powerful. It's a signal to the universe that you are ready for change, and it opens the door to the opportunities and experiences that will come with it. So why do we procrastinate in the first place? Fear is one of the biggest culprits. The fear of failure, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of the unknown. All of these fears can paralyze us into inaction. And yet, the very act of taking the first step pushes those fears aside. Once you start, you realize that the fear was never as big as you imagined. The anxiety that held you back starts to fade because you've proven to yourself that you can move forward. Another reason people procrastinate is perfectionism. You may be waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect moment, or the perfect set of circumstances before you act. But here's the thing, perfection doesn't exist. There will never be a time when everything is perfectly aligned. There will never be a perfect moment. There will always be obstacles, and there will always be challenges. But that's the beauty of the journey. You don't need perfection to take action. You need courage. And courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means acting in spite of it. Taking the first step isn't about having all the answers or knowing exactly how things will unfold. It's about trust. It's about trusting that the first step is enough and that everything else will reveal itself as you move forward. Trust that each action you take will lead to the next and the next. Each step you take makes the path clearer, and every small accomplishment will give you the confidence to keep going. The longer you wait, the more difficult it becomes. The more you overthink, the more complex and overwhelming the task seems. But when you take that first step, the path becomes simpler. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be forward momentum. That momentum builds on itself. And before you know it, you're no longer stuck in indecision and doubt. You are in motion. So how do you stop procrastinating? How do you move from the realm of endless planning and dreaming into the realm of action? It starts with a decision. Make the decision today, right now, to take that first step, even if it's a small one, even if it feels insignificant. It's that first action that will give you the momentum you need to move forward. One of the most effective ways to take that first step is to break the task down into smaller, more manageable pieces. Often we procrastinate because the task ahead feels too large, too overwhelming. But when you break it down, it becomes more approachable. If you're writing a book, don't think about writing an entire book. Think about writing a single page. If you're starting a new business, don't think about the entire process. Think about setting up a website, or researching your target market, or creating a simple product. By breaking the task into smaller pieces, you make it easier to start. But even breaking it down won't matter if you don't commit. Commitment is the fuel that keeps you moving when your motivation fades. It's easy to be excited at the beginning, but as the days go by, enthusiasm wanes. That's when commitment becomes crucial. Commit to your future, commit to your dreams, and commit to taking action, even when it's difficult. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. A critical aspect of stopping procrastination is creating the right environment for success. Surround yourself with people who support your goals and who inspire you to take action. Eliminate distractions that pull you away from your focus. Set up a workspace that encourages productivity and minimizes interruptions. The environment you create will directly impact your ability to take action. So take time to set yourself up for success. In addition, create a sense of urgency. Don't give yourself permission to put things off. You don't have time to waste. If you keep telling yourself, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'll do it next week," then that day will never come. Instead, set a deadline for yourself, even if it's an internal deadline. Tell yourself that you are going to take action right now. That urgency will give you the push you need to stop procrastinating and start making progress. Also, recognize the power of small wins. Each time you take action, no matter how small the task, celebrate that win. Small victories are incredibly motivating because they provide evidence that you are capable. When you accomplish something, even if it's as simple as checking off a task on your to-do list, you build confidence and momentum. The more small wins you rack up, the more motivated you become to keep taking those steps toward greatness. Let go of the notion that you need to have everything figured out before you start. The journey will always have twists and turns, and there will always be obstacles. The first step is just the beginning of that journey. It's not about knowing everything. It's about taking action, trusting that you'll figure things out as you go. You can't steer a parked car. You have to get moving, even if you're not sure exactly where you're going yet. Trust that the clarity you seek will come as you move forward. Procrastination is not your enemy. It is simply a signal that you are not aligned with your true purpose. It is a reminder that you are capable of more, and that you are allowing fear and doubt to hold you back. The first step toward greatness is realizing that you are the one in control of your destiny. No one else can take that first step for you. No one else can make the decision to act. You are the key to unlocking your potential. So take the first step today. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the right circumstances, or the perfect plan. Start where you are, with what you have, and make progress. Progress is the only thing that matters. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. Every great achievement begins with a single step, and that step is the one that leads to greatness. Take it now. Number 9, push yourself beyond limits and embrace change immediately. Change is a force of nature. It is inevitable, and it is unstoppable. The key to unlocking the life you truly desire is not waiting for change to happen, but embracing it. Most people resist change because it challenges their comfort zone. And we all know how easy it is to settle into routines that feel safe, even if they don't lead us to our fullest potential. But here's the truth. True growth lies in pushing past those comfort zones, breaking through the walls that hold you back, and stepping into the unknown with confidence. You have limits, but those limits are self-imposed. The truth is, you've set boundaries around yourself that you have accepted as facts. But the reality is those boundaries are only as real as you believe them to be. The moment you decide to push past them, you begin to open up a whole new world of possibility. You see, pushing yourself beyond your limits is not about trying to be someone else or doing something unrealistic. It's about discovering just how much potential you truly have. It's about embracing change without hesitation and trusting that the unknown will bring you the transformation you've been searching for. Every time you face a challenge, you are given an opportunity to grow. And growth only happens when you're willing to push yourself beyond your limits. Think about it. Every great achievement in history, every moment of personal success has come from someone daring to step outside their comfort zone. Whether it's an athlete breaking a world record, an entrepreneur starting a groundbreaking company, or an artist creating a masterpiece, it all starts with the willingness to go beyond what's familiar. We all have limits. There are moments when you will doubt yourself, when you'll feel unsure, when you'll wonder if you have what it takes. But that's when the real growth begins. When you push yourself beyond what you thought you could do, you enter a space of potential you never even knew existed. Your mind will try to convince you to stay within the lines, to keep things predictable and safe. But if you want more, if you want to break through to something extraordinary, you have to stop listening to the voice of fear and start listening to the call of your true potential. Embracing change is a critical part of this journey. Change is often scary, but it is necessary for progress. Change forces you to grow, to adapt, and to become more than you were yesterday. When you embrace change, you are telling the world and yourself that you are ready for what's next. You are no longer content with staying stagnant, with staying in the same place you've been for years. Change asks you to expand, to evolve, and to be flexible. It asks you to take a step into the unknown with courage, knowing that you might not have all the answers, but trusting that the answers will come when you're brave enough to move forward. The moment you decide to push beyond your limits, you enter into a space of transformation. That transformation isn't always comfortable. In fact, it's often messy, chaotic, and uncertain. But it is in this space of discomfort that real growth occurs. You might feel insecure, you might experience self-doubt, and you might wonder if you're making a mistake. But these are signs that you are on the right track. If things are easy, you're probably not pushing hard enough. We often fear change because it's associated with the unknown. But the truth is, the unknown is where the magic happens. Think about it. Every major achievement, every significant life change began as something unknown, something uncertain, something that required taking a leap of faith. It was in that leap that people discovered their true power and began to build the life they wanted. Without pushing yourself beyond your limits and embracing the change that comes with it, you remain stuck in a cycle of complacency. To push yourself beyond your limits, you have to start by understanding where your limits are. This requires honesty with yourself. It's easy to say, I can't do that. But if you take a hard look at your life, you'll see that your limits are more flexible than you think. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of looking foolish, these are just stories we tell ourselves. They're the things that keep us from reaching our potential. But once you recognize these fears as mere illusions, you'll see how much freedom there is in breaking past them. You have the power to rewrite the narrative. The story you tell yourself about what you can or can't do is what shapes your reality. So why not tell a different story? Why not tell a story where you push beyond your limits, where you embrace change, where you welcome growth instead of fearing it? That story is yours to write, and it starts with your willingness to take that first step into the unknown. Once you decide to push past your comfort zone, you begin to see the world in a new light. You realize that the walls you built around yourself are not made of stone. They are made of perception, and perception is something you control. The more you challenge yourself, the more you realize that your limits were never as rigid as you thought. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you stretch it, expand it, and make it a little bigger. And as you continue to push past those limits, you become more resilient. The challenges you face, no longer feel like obstacles. Instead, they become opportunities to learn, to adapt, and to grow. The process of embracing change becomes exhilarating because you start to see change not as a threat, but as a tool for your personal evolution. Now here's the key. You can't do this alone. While it's important to push yourself, you also need support. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to do better. People who challenge you to go beyond your limits. The energy of the people you spend time with has a huge impact on your own growth. If you're constantly around people who encourage complacency or who are afraid of change, it will be difficult for you to embrace it. But if you surround yourself with those who are willing to step outside their comfort zones, who are open to change and growth, you'll begin to see how powerful the energy of a supportive community can be. The more you embrace change, the more you will see opportunities where you once saw only challenges. You'll begin to trust yourself more, knowing that you have the ability to overcome anything that comes your way. You will realize that each moment of discomfort is a sign that you are growing. That's the magic of pushing beyond your limits. It makes you stronger, more capable, and more confident in your own abilities. Embracing change and pushing beyond your limits isn't a one-time decision. It's a lifestyle. It's something you commit to every single day. It's the decision to keep growing, to keep evolving, to never settle for less than what you're capable of. It's the commitment to embrace discomfort, to take risks, and to continue moving forward even when the path seems uncertain. So ask yourself this: what is it that you've been holding back from? What is that one thing you've been afraid to do, afraid to try, afraid to become? That's where your growth lies. That's the place where you'll discover the true extent of your power. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because that moment will never come. The time to push yourself beyond your limits and embrace change is now. Take that leap. Embrace the unknown. Trust that it will lead you to the life you've always dreamed of. The only thing standing between you and your greatness is your willingness to step into the unknown and trust that the journey will take you where you need to go. Now is the time. Embrace change. Push beyond your limits. Take the first step and the next, and the next. Before you know it, you'll look back and wonder why you ever hesitated in the first place. The greatness you've been waiting for is already inside you, ready to be unleashed. All you have to do is leap. The journey starts now. Number 10. Trust your instincts and take action without second guessing. It is the power of intuition, that quiet, inner voice that whispers the truth, even when the world around us is noisy and full of uncertainty. Trusting your instincts is one of the most empowering things you can do in your life. It's the key to unlocking the next level of success, fulfillment, and personal growth. Yet many people overlook or doubt their instincts, allowing fear and overthinking to cloud their judgment. They hesitate, they second guess, and in the process, they lose out on opportunities that could have been their greatest breakthroughs. The truth is, your instincts are never wrong. They are a direct reflection of your subconscious mind, which is far more powerful than you might realize. Your subconscious is constantly processing information, things that you might not even be aware of consciously. When you feel that gut feeling telling you to move forward, to take that step, or to make that decision, it is often the culmination of years of experience, knowledge, and intuition that your conscious mind hasn't fully processed yet. Trusting that instinct means trusting the wisdom that lies deep inside you. Every great leader, successful entrepreneur, and high achiever knows the importance of trusting their instincts. They understand that when they listen to that inner voice, they are tapping into a higher level of insight. People like Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, and countless others have made decisions that seemed unconventional or risky to the outside world. Yet they trusted their instincts and moved forward without hesitation. They didn't wait for the perfect moment or overanalyze every decision. They made the choice and took action, often when everyone around them was unsure or doubting. When you trust your instincts, you tap into an energy that's unstoppable. You free yourself from the chains of doubt, fear, and overthinking. The more you trust that inner voice, the more empowered you feel. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And the more you trust it, the easier it becomes to make decisions, take action, and move forward in life with confidence. But here's the thing. Trusting your instincts doesn't mean blindly rushing into things without thought. It means tuning into that deep knowing and taking inspired action. It means being present in the moment and paying attention to the signals your body and mind are giving you. It means not allowing the noise of the outside world, the opinions of others, or the fear of failure to drown out that quiet voice that knows exactly what you need to do. Your instincts are often telling you to move, to act, to go after what you want with full force. They are urging you to believe in yourself, to take the risks that others are too afraid to take, and to step into your greatness without hesitation. But how do you cultivate this trust in your instincts? How do you start listening to that inner voice more intently? And more importantly, how do you act on it without second guessing? The first step is to quiet the noise. Our world is filled with distractions, constant notifications, social media, opinions, and the pressure to conform. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos and lose touch with what we truly want and need. But in order to trust your instincts, you have to silence all of that. You need to create space in your mind to hear that inner voice. This might mean taking time each day to meditate, reflect, or simply sit in silence. It's about giving yourself permission to slow down and tune in. Once you've created this space, it becomes easier to differentiate between the noise and the truth. Your instincts will speak to you more clearly when you're not clouded by fear or distraction. You'll begin to notice that quiet voice more often, whether it's telling you to take a leap of faith, pursue a new opportunity, or even walk away from something that no longer serves you. This voice is your compass. It knows exactly where you need to go. The next step in trusting your instincts is to stop doubting yourself. How many times have you hesitated or second-guessed a decision, only to look back later and wish you had trusted your gut? That doubt is the biggest killer of progress. When you second-guess yourself, you're allowing your fears to take over. You're allowing the insecurities and the what-ifs to control your actions. But every time you trust your instincts and move forward, even in the face of uncertainty, you strengthen your ability to trust yourself. When you feel that intuitive pull to take action, don't let doubt creep in. Don't waste time wondering what will happen or trying to calculate every outcome. Trust that you are on the right path. Understand that you are capable and that you have everything you need to succeed. The key is to take action before the fear has a chance to take hold. When you hesitate, you give fear room to grow. But when you act quickly, you push through the doubt and step into confidence. It's also important to understand that trusting your instincts doesn't mean you won't face challenges along the way. You may encounter obstacles, and there will likely be moments of uncertainty. But when you trust your instincts, you are able to navigate those challenges with greater clarity and resilience. Your instincts guide you through the difficult moments, helping you make decisions that align with your true purpose. You don't need to have all the answers right away. Trust that the answers will come as you continue to move forward. One of the most powerful things you can do is take action without overthinking. Overthinking is a form of self-sabotage. It's the result of fear, insecurity, and doubt. When you overthink, you paralyze yourself. You stop yourself from taking the steps that will bring you closer to your goals. The key is to act before your mind has a chance to talk you out of it. Trust the initial instinct, the gut feeling that tells you to move. Every successful person knows that it's not about having all the answers. It's about taking action in spite of the uncertainty. If you find yourself second-guessing, ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen? More often than not, the worst-case scenario is not as bad as you imagine it to be. And even if things don't go as planned, you will learn valuable lessons along the way. Every step you take, every decision you make, is an opportunity for growth. Trusting your instincts also means trusting the timing of your life. Sometimes the universe will present you with opportunities at the perfect moment, and it's up to you to recognize them. But timing is everything. Don't rush things, and don't force things that aren't meant to happen yet. Trust that the right opportunities will come to you when the time is right. When you're in alignment with your true purpose, you'll find that things flow more naturally. But even when the timing is right, you still have to take action. Don't wait for the stars to align perfectly. Trust that you have everything you need to succeed right now. The best time to act is always the present moment. When you trust your instincts and take action without second guessing, you align yourself with the flow of the universe. You become an unstoppable force. Taking action without second guessing is also about embracing imperfection. Perfection is an illusion, and waiting for things to be perfect is just another form of procrastination. If you wait for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, or the perfect plan, you'll never take action. Trusting your instincts means accepting that things won't always go exactly as planned, and that's okay. The most important thing is that you take that first step. Once you do, everything else will fall into place. The more you trust your instincts and act without hesitation, the more you will see how powerful and capable you truly are. You'll start to trust yourself more deeply, and that confidence will fuel your success. The decisions you make will become easier. The actions you take will become more aligned with your purpose, and you'll begin to create the life you've always dreamed of. So stop second guessing. Trust your instincts. Take action. Believe in yourself and move forward with confidence. The world needs what you have to offer. You are capable of greatness, and the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the decision to trust yourself and take that first step. Trust that you have the wisdom, the strength, and the courage to succeed. Move forward and let your instincts guide you to the life you were always meant to live.